accessible to us physical beings. It was historically celebrated by performing divination and staging mummers' plays. I started by contemplating my ancestors around this time of year and conducting seasonal rituals to honor them. But I soon realized that my ancestors, the people who gave me life, were too important to honor just once a year. So I started looking for ways to honor them year-round. My ancestor veneration practice grew more important when I became involved in African diasporic religious communities. I have been blessed to meet several elders in these traditions who have generously shared their cultures and medicines with me. Anyone who becomes involved in African diasporic religion is encouraged to develop their relationship with their ancestors, regardless of where those ancestors hailed from. During this process, I was brought through rituals for honoring my ancestors that came from Africa via Cuba and Brazil. My teachers also encouraged me to deepen my understanding of my Italian ancestors' culture, including the ways that they themselves had once venerated our ancestral line. And as my ancestors grew stronger and more present in my life through these rituals, they sent other messages to me about what they considered important. Lessons about family, friendship, love, and hope. Ultimately, your ancestor veneration practice is your own. You are already the high priest or high priestess of this religion. That means you have the freedom and the responsibility to honor your ancestors in a way that works for both you and them. Even if you are learning how to serve your ancestors according to the ways of a traditional lineage, there are still opportunities for developing your personal relationship with your own ancestors. This book will provide inspiration for doing so. As you go deeper into your ancestor veneration practices, you will see substantial benefits in your mundane life and magical pursuits. Think of your existence as an incarnate being, as a garden. Anything that you want to manifest in this lifetime is a plant. Jobs are plants. Special vacations are plants. Lovers are plants. Children are plants. Creative projects are plants. Your ancestors are the soil, the weather, and the water that nurture the growth of this garden. For any plant to take root and bear fruit, it needs to be supported by the ancestors. It must be compatible with their soil and climate and nourished by their sunshine and water. But once you understand how to tend to your garden properly, there's nothing you need to do to will a plant to grow. Just as Mother Nature is ultimately what causes plants to grow, the ancestors increase blessings in our lives. You will also find, as your ancestor veneration practice flourishes, that you have access to a new perspective. At first, this will seem like greater self-knowledge, that is, a better understanding of who you are. But then it will expand into conscious awareness that transcends your lifetime and what you think of as yourself. The story that begins with our first breath and ends with our last is just one chapter in a much longer narrative. Understanding ourselves in the context of this narrative heals one of the most fundamental wounds that our culture inflicts on us: the myth that we are alone and without history. Drawing on my own experience as a spiritual being, the experiences that have been shared with me by my friends and teachers across a variety of traditions, and the experiences of students in my online course, I have identified several blessings that usually flow from a healthy ancestor veneration practice. The first is good health, including physical,